Okay, so we're going to do some operations with degrees, minutes, and seconds. We're going to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I'm going to do one example with you and give you a second example, and I would like you to do that one in your notes by yourself. Pause the video and then play after you finished, okay? So the first one we have is an addition problem. We have 12 degrees, 25 minutes, 46 seconds, plus 9 degrees, 42 minutes, and 31 seconds. You'll notice that the problem's already written vertically, lining up all of those units. If the problem is not already written like this, that should be your first step, okay? So here I already have that set up. So I'm just going to put my little equals bar, and I'm going to be adding down each of the units. Not crossing over yet or simplifying or carrying or anything. Just simply add each column. So 46 seconds plus 31 seconds is going to get us 77 seconds. And then 25 minutes plus 42 minutes is 67 minutes. And 12 degrees plus 9 degrees is 21 degrees. Now, we have to simplify. Okay, so think about your time, right? So if I said a movie was 90 minutes, in your mind you could convert that to 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? Because there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. Well, there's 60 seconds in 1 minute, and there's 60 minutes in 1 degree. So to simplify, we're going to start on the right-hand side, and I have over 60 seconds here. So I actually have a minute that's hidden within these seconds. So I'm going to subtract 60 seconds and add on 1 minute. So I get 21 degrees, 68 minutes, and 17 seconds. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to simplify my minutes into my degrees. So I can subtract 60 minutes and add on 1 degree. So my final simplified answer is going to be 22 degrees, 8 minutes, 17 seconds. So here's the example for you to try on your own. 25 degrees, 36 minutes, 58 seconds, plus 6 degrees, 32 minutes, and 15 seconds. Remember, the first thing you want to do is write it vertically. So after you do that, then add, simplify, and check back in the video. So take a pause right now. Alright, so here's our answer to this problem, 32 degrees, 9 minutes, 13 seconds. Alright, now let's do a subtraction. So we're going to set it up the same way, lining up our units, okay? So 23 degrees, 42 minutes, 51 seconds. And this is a subtraction. I'm going to forget that's there. Okay, now this one's a little tricky because we cannot have a negative angle measure. So what we're going to have to do is borrow from the previous column, okay? Now think it's very much similar to when you borrow with fractions, right? So you have to add that many units over. So for example, I have 41 minus 51. Can't be done without getting a negative, so I need to borrow a minute. Now if I borrow a minute, this becomes 24 minutes. And 1 minute is 60 seconds. So I have to add over to this 41, 60, right? So this becomes 101 seconds. Now I can subtract and I get 50 seconds. We're going to have to do the same thing here. We're going to borrow a degree. So this becomes 62 degrees, and I have to add 60 minutes because 1 degree is 60 minutes. So this becomes 84 minutes. Now, subtracting down, I get 42 minutes. And 62 minus 23, that is what? 39? Okay. So final answer is 39 degrees, 42 minutes, 50 seconds. So here is your problem to try. Do this one in your notes on your own. Pause the video, check back when you're done. So final answer for this problem would be 3 degrees, 58 minutes, and 22 seconds. Alright, so now multiplication. Multiplication I find to be one of the easiest ones. It's kind of like the distributive property, and then you need to simplify. So here we're just going to multiply each one of our units by that number outside. So 2 times 45 is 90 degrees. 2 times 31 is 62 minutes, and then 2 times 22 is 44 seconds. Now, you want to be able to reduce or simplify this answer if you have any of those units that are more than 60 degrees. Now, of course, the degrees could be over 60, that's fine, but here I have 62 minutes, so I'm going to subtract 60 minutes, and that is equal to 1 degree. So my final answer would be 91 degrees, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. That's it. Okay, so now you try this one in your notes and pause the video, check back when you're finished. So answer to this problem should be 55 degrees, 5 minutes, and 21 seconds. You'll notice here in my work I did a little bit of a shortcut. You might have done this in 2 steps, but notice you have 141 seconds. Well, that's actually 2 minutes that are in there, right? So you could actually subtract 120 and add 2 minutes that way, or if you subtracted 60, added 1, and then subtracted 60, added 1, that's okay too, but just showing you that you could actually do any multiple of 60 if it exists in the problem. Okay, so division is actually one of the harder ones to do because we do have to do long division in order to carry units and things like that. So here, if you have, when you're multiplying by a fraction, it's the same thing as dividing, right? So multiplying by 1/3 is just the same as dividing this angle measured by 3. So we're going to set this up as a long division problem. So we're dividing 3 into 15 degrees, 22 minutes, 24 seconds. Okay, and then I'm going to actually put my units above just so I can kind of keep everything straight, because every column is referring to a different unit. So if we're moving columns, we're actually converting units. So 3 goes into 15. Well, that's easy. That's just 5, right? So that comes down as 15 degrees, is nothing left over. So now we're doing 3 into 22. Well, that goes 7 times, and 3 times 7 is 21. Well, we're left with 1 minute here. So if we want to divide into the next column, we have to carry over that extra minute. And since we're converting units to get into 60 into the seconds, 1 minute is actually 60 seconds. So we're converting that and adding down. Now we're saying 3 goes into 84 how many times? Well, that's what? 1, that's 2 left over, so that's 18. Right? So now here's our final answer. 5 degrees, 7 minutes, 18 seconds. Okay, so here's your problem to try. Do long division, pause, and then check back when you're finished. Okay, so your final answer should be 17 degrees, 15 minutes, and 36 seconds.